What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another epicseven video, and it's an early morning down here in Southwest Florida, so you guys know what that time it is. It is time for the update for this week of epicseven. Before I go into this, depending how long this takes me, I may do a separate video for the dev notes. I probably will, actually. And I'm going to go into why everything is lackluster today when we had all the high hopes that some great updates were going to come. But at any rate, let's hop in, and we all pretty much knew the side story was coming. So we have the new Destina side story, which is pretty much, it looks like the same side story. They're just revamping it to how the new side stories are going forward with the hell difficulty and all that. Because Destina's side story was very different when it first came out. Basically, it was the first side story on Global. So anyway, we're going to have that going on, and she's kind of like the prelude to the new episode, which is going to basically be the new continent that we're going to be getting, according to the notes, on June 9th. Let's update. So, that's about, 2-3 weeks from now. We should be getting that. But anyway, the same kind of stuff to get. You guys get a 4-star artifact from the quest. You guys get a little bit of rewards here with gold stigma, sky stones. You'll get some penguins. I believe there's a phantasm in the quest as well. And then when we go down here, if you want to bring these heroes, they're going to get extra attack and health. But if you guys are mid to 8 end game, you guys are going to be able to farm hell pretty easily, even with fodder. So these units are all pretty bad in PvE, to be honest. Sid's kind of the only one that's kind of questionable. Destina is good for PvE, but if you don't have her, then whatever. But the same exact stuff. This time we are going to get an epic catalyst, so that is like kind of the big difference here. Is that obviously now we have catalyst. Before with the Dustiness side story originally we didn't have catalyst, but you guys will get your catalyst. You guys can get the Molagora. You guys can get the Life Ruins, Giga Phantasm, the 5 bookmarks, some penguins, and some artifact charms. So it's still the same rewards, exactly the same as we were used to. Thankfully, this should be for 2 weeks. So if you guys do finish this in the first 3 or 4 days, then you guys should have a week off of side story. Is the silver lining, I would say, with going back to the original side story compared to the 4-week-long side stories we had from the Guilty Gear collab. But same stuff, you'll get some leaves to replenish a little bit of the stamina you're going to lose doing the side story. You'll get a bunch of gold, you'll get a rare catalyst chest, you'll get some silver transmit stones, and you'll get 10 more bookmarks. So it looks like here you're going to be able to get a total, it looks like, of 25 bookmarks. So that's why I say doing, 100 bookmarks every 2 weeks isn't going to kill you guys, because you're basically only dipping into about half from your actual inventory, because you're getting a lot of them back. So anyway, that's all the different rewards from here. So the big news is we knew Destina was coming from the data mines, but there is no buff. So yeah, the only thing is that she gets her drop rate up. So that's a big thing, because a lot of us were anticipating she was going to get a buff because, she is very underused compared to units like Tamarine, like, even DN to a certain extent, and obviously Angelica as well. So I think it's very interesting that they chose to do a second round of her drop rate up with no buff. That is actually pretty crazy that they decided to go that route of not buff her. And a lot of people are saying the only reason people are going to even summon is if you have Rule of Light to get your devotion for your PvP heroes. Don't get me wrong, Destina is still strong in PvP, depending on what other comps, what other teammates you have to go alongside with her in PvP defense and Guild War defense, because you can build her on Counterset Celestine to really make it hard for your opponents to kill a lot of your different heroes. But is she a unit you should go out of your way to pull? Absolutely not. She's just very few ways to utilize her overall. Now there's a lot of Abyss towers you could make use of her. Like Abyss 82, I would say, is a pretty good place to use her. You could use like one DPS unit like your Soul or your Luna, or your Sermia, and then you could run, this with Angelica and Tamarine would be a pretty good combo. Even in the final Abyss 90, she'd be probably pretty strong as well, being able to cleanse on especially the floor with Mercedes, Aether, and Ross. That's going to give you a lot of cushion for healing, plus with even though it is 5 turn with cooldown, still to have that cleanse is still very, very good. Combining that with like a Tamarine cleanse, you're going to be able to cleanse quite a bit. So she still is very useful in certain situations, but the fact is she doesn't make it to where you should go like all in to try to pull her, depending on how good your RNG is. Like I say, if you guys want to do, your 100 bookmarks to see if maybe you luck into pulling her, it does happen. A lot of people do pull her in 20 pulls. So there's my kind of whole 2 cents on her, but a lot of us have been let down with no buff because she is a pretty good counter to Dizzy overall, depending on what the Dizzy's attackers has for their other heroes. So, but I would not go out of my way to try to pull her, as like a must-have kind of hero, in my opinion. So, but anyway, let's keep going. We have the Challenge Test of Sandstorm event, which is going to be the new artifact, which you guys are going to be able to get different charms through farming this event. The new 4-star artifact is going to be droppable. And then and then this shows you the drop rate same, 20% on Hell, 7% on Heart, and then 3% on Normal. And then the reputation rewards here is going to be some silver transmit stones. 1 guaranteed copy of the artifact when you clear it 10 times, and then 30k gold, and then a gold transmit stone. Obviously, go for all the reputation rewards, bare minimum. As far as for farming this event, I don't think I'm going to make the mistake like I did on Idle Violin and make the regret of not farming that. I don't think that you're going to really super ever need this. I think the only point of this artifact is maybe for PvE when you're fighting a lot of mob type of units, to where this is useful, or mobs that continuously spawn, to where you need to keep AoE targets active at all times. So, I mean, maybe this is useful for like a Bellona on the Corvus floor, because you have those crystals to contend to, and they're pretty tanky. So the AoEs will come in handy, but I still feel like Bloodstone or Rosa, I'm not sorry, those are for archers. But I still feel that like overall, Edicus Scepter is just a more useful ability to just get your cooldowns for general PvE content. If you guys are taking on that, I feel like that card is a lot better in my opinion than Tear of the Desert. But I mean, like, you could use this for your mages for PvE content. Like if you're bringing Dizzy to take on your Abyss Towers, or for your Hell Raids, then you could use this artifact. It has application. But the question is it worth it investing all the energy to get it max limit broken, and then as well to get all the charms you're going to need down the road to max level 30 it? I would assume it probably goes up to like 3 or 2 or at least like 2.8%. When you get it to level 15, I'd have to level it up to see exactly, because unfortunately they don't show you the leveling scale. You'd actually have to pull this up. I believe in the journal you can see what the exact leveling scale is, or when you have it, it'll tell you like the level increases, because it'll go, I believe, up to like enhanced level 7 with just 1 copy. But I would assume it goes up to something around 3%. So that extra 1% is truly, super important for you, then, by all means, go balls deep into this. But if you're struggling with energy and you have other priorities, whether it be the side story coming up, or if it's going to be, farming more gear, you may want to not go full in on this event, in my opinion. So then the last thing we have to talk about is the new artifact shop. So let's go over quickly. We did know 4 of the 8 artifacts that were going to be coming. So we have Alexa's Basket, which we didn't know about. We have Bloodstone, which we didn't know about. So obviously, Idol's Cheer, I feel, is like the number 1 go-to card for this overall shop. Definitely want to pick up your 1 copy of that. It is one of the most powerful Soul Weaver artifacts for PvE and PvE content. So you definitely want to have that in your arsenal. Alexa's Basket, I feel, is a skip. I don't feel that's truly important. Time Matter, I feel, is kind of a skip as well. It's a very situational artifact. Bloodstone is probably the other artifact to get if you guys have a lot of powder, because keep in mind that it's going to be 360 powder that you would need to get both, to get 2 5-star artifacts. So I personally don't even have 180 yet, so I can't even get Idol's Cheer yet. I got to save up some more still. So there's that. Then we have Moonlight Dreamblade. Unless you guys have, I would say, Violet, I wouldn't probably pick that up, to be honest. And then we have as well Wanderer's Potion Vial is probably the other big artifact to pick up for this round. So if you guys are looking to either get more copies, or if you guys don't have at least 2, I would say keep 2 copies of Wanderer's Potion Vial so you can put them on 2 Soul Weavers. Me, for instance, I put them on my Angelica and Tamarine for my Banshee runs. And it's very, very helpful to increase your chances of clear, because I do full auto. So I would say those are the 2 artifacts to pick up. I'd say skip Hellcutter, Adamant Shield for sure skip. And like I said, unless you have Violet, I would skip Moonlight Dreamblade as well. So that's kind of my whole 2 cents on the whole artifact shop. Definitely pick up Idol's Cheer. If you have the extra powder before it ends, then possibly pick up Bloodstone if you guys have Bologna. And then as well, you definitely want to have at least 2 copies of Potion Vial. And then there's other things. There isn't really anything else. They've really just miscellaneous, I guess, just data stuff with the iOS stuff going on. So, and then Texas with languages. So that's pretty much it. So like I thought we weren't going to be able to blow through all that in 5 minutes. So I'm going to do a separate video for the dev notes. Just be forewarned, it's not great, so don't expect truly amazing stuff to come out of that. But let me know what you guys think of the Destina patch notes down below. If you guys do like, dislike, if you guys were hoping things were going to be better, let me know what your overall thoughts are and what you guys are thinking of the state of the game as well with the epicseven. I'd love to hear those comments as well, guys. So thank you guys so much for checking out the videos today. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe as always. And we'll see you guys in the next epicseven video. Peace out, guys.